Welcome back to the Felt on the Jay and Ciara Poker Show. And babe, we're back to back weeks with your favorite hand
I just saw it.
of QQ
Now you're gonna
as
rage
in
bait me.
pocket queens. Well, this is an interesting hand because we've played as Mariano a few times. You know who Mariano is. But this time we're playing against Mariano.
Okay.
He's going to be our villain in this hand. And the reason it's good is because we know Mariano, crazy player. He could have, the nuts, or he could have absolutely nothing. So tough player to play against, but you've got your best hand, your favorite hand, to go up against him.
I will dominate you with queens.
He's going to put you in a tough spot. And we're going to see what you do here.
Okay.
With our old QQ. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. It's recording now. Now it's recording.
Jay, I swear to God.
It's not recording. All right, here we go. Welcome back to Hustler Casino, one of our bucket list places to play. We will be a guy named, his real name is Mateos, but he goes by Two Card. Young guy. I don't know how old. I was going to say 21, but I can't say that accurately. I don't know. But he's a young guy. Professional poker player.
Is this the one on the screen right now? He doesn't.
No, that is not.
I was about to say. He just looked 21.
No, that is not him. We'll see him in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I cut it past him already. Okay. But we wake up with our, what do we play? A 25-50, I think, right? And we wake up with our favorite hand, pocket queens. Easy. I don't think it's anything shocker to say we're raising with our favorite hand. So Mateus, aka Two Card, raises to 300, and we're going around the table here. There's our villain today, Mariano. He's going to make the call. And that's going to bring in the big blind to call two. So 3 ways to a flop. Here we go. But great flop, huh? Pretty nonchalant flop there. Tri-colors. Back to us. So there's one player in front of us and one player, Mariano, who has position in his hand behind us, right? So what are we doing with our queens here?
Gosh, this is such a tough spot already. Because immediately I say check raise.
So you're going to hope Mariano bets.
Someone's going to have a hand that they're going to want to.
Well, it's already checked to you.
It's already checked to. Oh, so I'm last to act?
You're in the middle.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. Yeah. So I'm going to check raise.
Okay, so you're going to check to Mariano hoping he bets and then raise him. Okay. I was actually going to say check too, but not with the option to check. I guess you do have that option to check raise.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've taken the approach, or I would take the approach here multi-way to pretty much check everything, but like the very top of my range, which you could argue this is in the top of my range, but I would say I'm pretty much checking everything besides like a set of 7s, 5s, or 2s here. But queens is pretty far up there. You could get value from 10s, jacks, 9s, 8s, a pair of 7s. You can get value from all those hands by betting. So I would say 60% check, 40% bet, because this is one of those hands that is at the top of your range. Now, if I had ace king, never betting here.
Yeah.
Never. With 3 people in the pot. Heads up, maybe, but with 3 people in the pot, never betting. So I think we both check, which I think is a 60% play there for most of the time. But Mateos decides to bet, which I think is totally fine too. He gets called by Mariano. Oh, I'm sorry. He did not get called by Mariano. All right. So already putting us into a tough spot here. So pretty dry board. We bet 600 and Mariano immediately raises us to 2,500 on a 5-deuce-7 board. What's going on in your thoughts? We know Mariano's player type. That's why we're talking about this hand.
Okay.
Because you already.
Okay, so all the videos that we've seen of Mariano, he said he usually checks when he is not interested in his hand. A raise here from him. So like a call would symbolize, like if he's calling, he's got a piece of it. So now that raises a little bit of a flag, even if it's just a pair. Like he's got A7, King 7, Jack 7. Like I'm like, all right, he's paired up here.
Mm-hmm.
A raise, but he's also very aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
He's also very aggressive. Yeah, a call is like, I like it a little bit. Something's brewing here, right? A raise is like, okay, he's liking something. He's paired up. He could have a set, like bottom set. So, it is something that I would just make the call. I wouldn't go over the top here because just because of his play style.
I'm going to say that's a beautiful play.
Okay.
Because I thought you were going to say raise because your original thought, I'm going to check raise.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now you've recognized, we bet Mariano comes over the top.
Yeah.
And so that's signaling to us he's got a strength here, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of strength. But we've all played those players that are just crazy and will put you to some tests here. But yeah, our hand is too strong to fold right now, I think. But red flags are going off, right? Because look at Mariano's perspective on the hand.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 players in the hand. We raise pre-flop. We bet into 3 or 2 other players. So he has to think that we've got exactly what we have, right? At a minimum, right? Because does Ace King bet this hand? So he's probably putting us on something similar.
Mm-hmm.
And is he going to get us to fold to a bet if he's bluffing here?
Right.
No. So he may have plans later on, like if he's got like 6-9,
yeah,
or
and he's
6-8.
definitely putting us on a range there.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
like
He knows we have a
pocket
decent
pair,
hand.
Yeah, pretty good hand
to
there,
bet us here. So let's see what Mateos decides to do here, facing the $2,500 raise. I think he agrees with us. Is going to call. Just make the call. Come on, queen. Oh, king. All right, now it's back on us. Now, what are your thoughts on the king of hearts there?
It's a scary card.
Okay, talk me through that. I'd like to hear that.
It's a scary card for me having queens. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, you never want to see an overcard. But that's not a scary card for me because given the action so far, I'm not putting Mariano on anything with a king in his hand, right? He's not raising me on the flop with ace king or something like that. So I'm more happy with the king coming out than like a 6.
But he could have like a king 7, king deuce, king 5 suited. That's why it's a scary card.
But if he's got that, he's got that, right? That would not fit.
It doesn't fit the profile.
It doesn't fit a normal hand range. And if he's just going to get that lucky, he's going to get that lucky.
Right.
So the king, I don't think is a bad card. I did not want to see any of those lower connecting cards because he could have made that bet with 6-7, 5-6, 6-8, something like that. So I didn't want to see any of those cards. So I think the king's not a bad card.
So you would lead out here?
No.
You're still going to check it?
I'm still checking, but in my opinion, the king didn't change the hand.
Yeah.
If I was ahead on the flop, I'm still ahead. I don't think the king changed the hand.
Anything.
So let's see what Mariano. Now let's look at it. Let's see what Mariano decides to do here if he's going to check or bet. All right, so he bet $5,000. What is that? That's about a pot-sized bet. Now let's look at the hand from Mariano's perspective about what we have, right? So that king could be good for us. Now we did call a raise again pre-flop or on the flop, that may eliminate most ace kings or something, unless he just thinks we're that sticky and we're going to stick around thinking Mariano has like pocket 8s and we're like, well, we'll see another one with ace king. So Mariano, I think, realizes that king is probably good for our hand. And he bets big on it, right? That's weird,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So again, more alarm bells going off
Yeah.
for me here about what's going on. But what are you thinking here now that $5,000, basically a pot-sized bet, has been bet into us?
Okay, I have to think. So you got to put the Jeopardy song on or something.
Okay, you're gonna think for a minute. This is your favorite hand.
This
too.
is my favorite hand, and it's very hard to let it go. But it goes back to don't be married to the hand either. You have to think of like the dynamic of the player and his play style. So again, I sometimes make the mistake of being married to the hand. Like, I am not letting my aces go. I'm not.
You'll call people with
aces.
ace high like, I'm not letting this go.
I'm not letting it go. And that's a leak. That's a flaw that you have to tweak. You're right. So, because I've done that before with queens, and you're like, he definitely had this. You knew you were beat. So, now I have to think. Even if, he raised me on the flop, so it does raise alarm bells. And then for me, I know you just analyze like the king. I'm not scared of the king when the king comes. I'm scared of the king.
Okay.
I think he has a silly 2 pair. Like, he liked his hand. He was paired on the board with like a 7, deuce, or 5. He's got king deuce of diamonds, like, or something like that, or what is it? Yeah, he's paired up with king 2, king deuce, king 5, king 7. And
he's just hoping we have aces.
He's hoping that we have like a high pocket pair, like 10s or higher, and he's inducing us. Like, here's throwing money. He's like that. They're married to the hand. That person is married to the hand. So it would.
So are you letting it go, or you? Now look at our stack size here. Size.
And then if I make the call, so I have to think, if I make this call and then I check the river, he's going to put me all in, and I'm already committed to the pot at this point, right? You have to think ahead.
Thinking. Yep. Because if he's going to put you to the test of the river.
Yeah. So you either have to smash it right now, go all in right now, or not. You're going to have to go all in on the river.
And I don't think this sizing is a mistake, not a mistake, but not thought through by Mariano. Because if we call this bet, it's going to leave us with about a pot-sized bet behind,
right?
Where we're going to be basically committed to getting it in on the river. So I don't think that's a mistake.
And I'm putting him on like a king 5, something stupid like that. That's what I'm doing.
So you're going to let your queens go? I've never seen you let queens go, no matter what.
I have let queens go once.
So, yeah, I think I fold too for all the reasons you just said, right? Because now another pot-sized bet. I've only got $17K left in my stack. $5K is going to leave me with 12, and then going to be 15K in the pot. Like, I'm basically all in if I make this call here. And it's just,
what does he do?
He's shown nothing but strength here. So I think I just fold too.
Oh my gosh, Mateos, what do you do?
I mean, but when Mariano, his player,
he makes
make the call. And one of those scary cards that I didn't like to see on the river. So this goes back to why we pulled this video, because he could be calling because Mariano's crazy. Mariano has made bluffs with just 9 high before, right? So, I mean, we're sitting here assuming Mariano's got this great hand and, we're beat. But that player type, we've all seen it, like, could just wake up with ace high here or something like that.
Sometimes they have literally
got nothing. So that's why...
And then...
They get paid when they do have something, because it's tough to fold hands like this to
What is it called? It's
Mariano.
called a V-pip.
What's V-pip stand for?
Voluntarily putting in the pot
Yeah,
or something like
voluntary put in pot. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Didn't think you were going to
that?
get
High
that.
VPIP.
High VPIP.
I'm
All
like,
right.
do they have it every time?
So the 6 of spades comes of the river. I think we all know what's about to happen here. We check over to Mariano. Pretty sure we know what's about to come here.
Mhm.
Yep, he's grabbing a stack of chips.
And he knew it too.
He had to know this was happening. So I think at this point, do you call? Because we're so pot committed. I fold. I'm just so upset I fold. But Mateo does find the fold now.
He
eventually.
does.
Yeah. Finds the fold eventually.
Does he show? Oh, he did.
He shows 7 deuce. So he did have us beat, but what an unconventional hand that we didn't anticipate, right? But that's the Mariano player, right?
Yeah.
That's the aggressive,
The
crazy
7
player.
deuce.
Got us with the 7 deuce against queens there.
I play 7 deuce every time. So
But
everyone
I thought
knows. No,
you-
I'm just kidding.
that was
Don't.
Babe, that was phenomenal play on your
Really?
part. Yeah, very well thought out. Well, you were talking our stack size versus Colin, and then what am I going to have to do on the river?
Mhm.
Phenomenal thought process there. So
He gets
You've gotten a
so
lot better.
excited.
You've
He
gotten a
gets
lot
so
better.
excited when I like analyze hands and I remember my cards and the
Yeah.
action and stuff. It's like,
and you
Yes.
folded your queens, which I did not think you were going to do. I thought you were like, get it in right now. I don't care. It's queens.
don't be married to the hand. We've all made the mistake.
All right. Well, that's it for us today. I guess we are traveling to Virginia here this weekend.
And we'll
So
let you
we
know
will
how we
put
do.
these practices, put these
We need to shoot a video over there.
Put these what into practice? Put these lessons into practice?
Sure.
I feel like that's right.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
We'll let you know how it goes. Until next time. Bye.